morning, whenever it is that you listen to this. This is Kathy Beatty with Divorce Support Anonymous, coming to you through the month of December with a little bit of Christmas and how not to let the Grinch of Christmas steal. Grinch of divorce steal your Christmas. You would think after 28 days I would have that down, but it seems I still struggle. That's okay. So I want to talk today for just a few minutes about this time of year. I think for many of us, we look around and we see a lot of stuff, whether that's leftover Christmas wrapping, material, boxes, and that's part of the blessing, right, of our Christmas. But it also can be like, whew, there's a lot of stuff here that really needs to be organized. And I think there is no greater time to consider organizing our life than the end of the year. To be able to spread away, get rid of, organize, let go of many things of this year that no longer fit. In fact, we need, many of us, myself included, need to simplify so that we can see clearly. Because there are so many distractions around us, and this can be true in our head as well as our living space, that there's so much stuff to distract us, to pull us a different direction, to take up time. I can't believe how much time I can waste. I mean, you give me an extra 2 hours and they are gone like that because I'm really good at spending time dilly-dallying around and not being focused. And that could be problematic because the days are gone. So how do we simplify to see clearly? How do we get rid of those distractions? Well, that's one of my favorite topics that we are going to cover January 11th when we start life coaching after divorce. I hope you have signed up. I am thrilled for those of you who have, and I look forward to more of you joining us because one of my favorite times is this. Because we are going to look forward. We're not looking backward anymore. We're going to look forward and we are going to make a plan, not just any plan, but the plan of our heart's desire. And hopefully we are going to integrate God into that plan. Because speaking of plans, love this verse. Love this verse. And if you're in the Christian world, you're going to hear this verse because it is so encouraging that we're not floundering on our own. For I know the plans I have for you, God says to us, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Listen to that verse. I mean, really, even if you've heard it 100 times, listen to it. I still get encouraged. Even at this stage of my life, I look at that and I say, God is not done with me. And he has more imagination than I do and greater things in store than my mind could ever come up with. I know the plans I have for you, God says. I plan to prosper you. I don't want to harm you. I don't want my plans to hurt you. And if we follow them, they won't. But I have plans to give you hope and a future. And quite frankly, we need that right now. We need that always. So how do we simplify to see clearly? One of my favorite sections when we go through this life coaching after divorce is we look at what no longer fits. What no longer fits in our life. Maybe we have had a lot of clutter. Maybe we've had a lot of activity and different things that no longer appeal to us, that we've outgrown, that have just run their cycle and we're done with them. What no longer fits, when we look at these things, honestly, we are simplifying to be able to see clearly what no longer fits. And then as we do this, we not only look at our space around us, which I'll never forget the group that came into me, and several of them told me that they had taken bags and bags to Salvation Army and Goodwill because they took this literally of their space and decided I don't want this junk around here anymore. I want to be focused in developing my own new life. These things don't fit in my life anymore. They did once, and that season was great, and that season had its time and place, but they don't fit anymore. I am moving forward into a new and different and beautiful life. Now, listen to this carefully. But who no longer fits? Who are those people that have not been uplifting or encouraging to you, or just put negativity into your life and into your mind and heart? Who are those people? And when I say no longer fit, I don't mean that you don't love them and appreciate them, but I do mean that you love them from a distance. That you decide who is going to have access to your mind and heart, and perhaps those people are not any longer because they didn't help you, they didn't move you forward. They help you commiserate, they help you do negative things, but they're not good for you. And as we go through this life coaching after divorce, I think you're going to identify who those people are. So God has a plan. Will you join him? He invites you to. He invites you to know him in a real personal way, where every moment of the day you can reach out and speak with him. You can ask him to help you make decisions. You can ask for wisdom to make the right decisions, discernment, to make the best decision among 100 of good decisions. One thing I love about God, and one thing I have found him to be, is greater mind than ours, that's for sure. But his plan is greater than ours. When I was divorced 23 years ago, I had no idea where my life would go. No idea. And yet I found those times when I stuck close to God, sought him out, prayed, was obedient to what he told me to do, I went in life directions I never could have imagined. And I could list them, but I'm not going to, because you'll think, oh, well, she's bragging. I'm just telling you, God has greater plans than you do, or I do, or anyone around you does. So wouldn't it be foolish for us not to join him? If you want the best of life, of course you want the best of life. You have used up and wasted so much of life by this negative relationship and this divorce. So you want a clearer life. And that clearer life requires that we simplify so that we can see clearly the path and the direction and the plan that we want to go in. Connect with me. This is Kathy Beatty with Divorce Support Anonymous, walking with you every step of the way through trauma of divorce and also the Christmas season. Simplify to see more clearly.